What's going on, gamers? So we have a video here revealing that the PS5 Pro is having issues on Silent Hill F. Now, am I going to fully blame the PlayStation 5 Pro? No, but is this annoying? Yes, because there's flickering and stuff. But I wonder, before we get into this, let's see what engine this is using. Oh, okay. Yeah. Guys, never ceases to amaze me. How many times has this engine launched with a game and has literally caused issues? I've never seen a launch with Unreal Engine 5 that is beneficial, honestly. So Oliver McKenzie here is reviewing it on Digital Foundry, but we're going to go take a look at this. I got it right to the pro section. And he says Silent Hill F is a beautiful Unreal Engine 5 effort that marries moody looks with mostly good performance. Unfortunately, PS5 Pro needs a fast fix for its flickering woes. So it may have some good aspects, but there's something else that worries me too. And I want you to think about this because this is what I mean by like the optimization shortcuts. 360p in 2025 is a crime. I thought Digital Foundry claimed that Unreal Engine 5 was well optimized. Dynamic 1800p to 60 frames, performance mode upscaled from 720p to 360p, dynamic. Yeah, this is not good. I would think this is something you would do for the Nintendo Switch 2 or something if your engine was working like the Unreal Engine 4. But no, let's not do that. So going over here to L, he says it seems quite curious to me that 4K is farther from being achieved now than it was years ago with the 4 Pro and Xbox One X. Undeniable that engines are becoming increasingly advanced and demanding, especially in lighting. And he's talking about the Unreal Engine 5, where they turned up global illumination on some of that stuff because it's like, dude, are we ready though? So let's get right to this. Because one thing else I have to say is that it is disappointing. This is why I would wait anything PS5 Pro wise. If I'm thinking that'd be FSR4 launch, everything's better, and there's some sales going on or something. But Dying Like the Beast is another pro patch, and then we saw some other issues the other day. So man, it's disappointing. Let's get into this though. Let's see what's gonna happen.
Unfortunately, PS5 Pro does not fare particularly well with Silent Hill F. The developers have elected to take a familiar approach here, consolidating their mode offerings into a single, enhanced mode with PSSR, targeting 60 FPS.
Yes, sir.
PSSR unfortunately
Oh God, here it is. Here it is again, y'all. I see it.
does not work well at all with this title, producing an artifact-ridden image. Expect to see a constant peppering of coarse noise, with pulsing, strobing artifacts in areas with occluders like grass or debris. PSSR doesn't seem to like ray tracing effects, which require amortization and cleanup over many frames. And here I think we're finding some unfortunate interactions with Lumen GI here. I don't have a firm confirmation that the game is using PSSR and PS5 Pro, but these blemishes strongly suggest the technique. Internal resolutions come in a bit above 1080p here typically. Finding good pixel counts is tough in Silent Hill F because motion blur cannot be turned off on either PS5 system, so it's only
Oh, I
possible
hate
to get a
motion blur.
rough read on the game's internal counts in select shots. It's hard to guess at the output res, but PS5 Pro looks closer to the PS5 quality mode if I pull out still frames. The settings here otherwise seem similar to the PS5 modes. And when these modes have meaningfully different settings, it seems to shade closer to the PS5 performance mode. I don't have any problem if developers
I don't like that shimmer because I saw it on a house again too. Yeah, that's
want to
annoying.
simplify their mode offerings for PS5 Pro users. And I don't have an
Hmm.
issue necessarily with using PSSR. But if developers are going to make large changes for PS5 Pro users, they should ensure those changes produce an improvement over PS5.
Guys, this is the same thing that happened to Silent Hill 2 last year. Damn, a reoccurring issue a year later.
I'd rather have no Pro enhancement here, or ideally have a version of the game with boosted resolution figures while retaining TSR. Framerates on PS5 Pro prove similar to the base PS5 performance mode. Expect a locked 60 FPS update absent momentary hitches that stem from traversal hiccups. As
Good.
a general rule, expect that interiors will mostly be fine and that wobbles will be more noticeable when running through the town area in later chapters. I think Silent Hill F is a more successful title on consoles than last year's Silent Hill 2 remake. Performance is a major factor, as F runs at a consistent 60 FPS clip outside of its traversal stutters. Hitting 60
That's
FPS on
good.
PS5 was probably a top priority throughout development for Silent Hill F, which is less evident in 2, as it falls below 60 FPS for extended stretches in its performance mode. F's setting provides more natural environments where UE5 is best positioned to deliver pleasing visual results, and the world packs believable density. I really enjoy the art in F, with its pangs of color and archaic feel. 2 is more often set in artificial, reflection-rich streets and interiors,
Yeah.
which tend to expose lumen issues and is a sepia-toned and less
Earlier Unreal Engine 5 Engine 2, things are better now, and the Pro is more optimized now, but still seeing some of those issues are disappointing.
distinctive affair on the whole. Other bits of awkwardness in 2, like gawky-looking characters and cutscenes, or slightly stiff player animation, are non-issues in F, with its beautiful cutscenes and top-tier brawling. It was hard to find anything that felt less than polished. I think both of these games are good-looking UE5 efforts, and both draw from series staple visual themes, but F usually distinguishes itself as a particularly good UE5 title on PS5 systems. But both titles do run into some of the same traps. Traversal stutters coupled with delta time wobbles are a substantial issue in both games, a common artifact of Unreal Engine development. And both have had poor initial PS5 Pro implementations, running into the same pitfalls with Pssr. Sony's upscaler needs to be used with care, and in this case, it probably should have been discarded in favor of an analytical solution. I'm
Correct.
hoping that the developers will drop Pssr here, as Bloober Team did last year, at least in their remix performance mode. I'd love to be able to comment on the Xbox releases, but we weren't supplied code pre-release, so we may have to return to them in the future. But Alex will have a video out soon exploring the PC code in depth. So I'm relatively happy with the state of Silent Hill F on PS5 systems, assuming the game's pro problems can be addressed promptly. This is a good UE5 effort, though not a flawless one. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and press the bell.
So we get the idea here. They actually optimized the game well, but what is the problem here? The Pssr and the Unreal Engine 5. There are some issues they're going to have to fix. So we know, once again, there's something on Sony's end with that still. And then there's that engine. Well, you can still fix stuff over time, but overall, a better Unreal Engine 5 launch than a lot of those other games. So let me know what you guys think about this. Once again, the Pro showing that it has issues. This is why we can't wait to get that Amethyst update. And yeah, it's still annoying. All right, y'all. Peace out, ponies. You sit down. Later, y'all.